The reason that I think most people are unhappy in their relationships is because they don't know how to be in a relationship. It requires a certain skill set that I don't think that many people have. And in honesty, I have very few people that I can get along with because I have a very low tolerance for dysfunction, like zero tolerance for it. So a lot of people don't even qualify to be my friend. For example, if they're inauthentic, if they don't care how I feel, if they don't keep their word, if they have trouble when I express a boundary, if they lie. I also don't like people who are like cheaters, hookup people, alcoholics, drug addicts, selfish people. But even it's hard to maintain friendships because in a friendship, people have to care how the other person feels. They have to have like a healthy sense of self and be able to have healthy boundaries. And a lot of people don't know how to do that. And a relationship is even harder than a friendship because that person will trigger you more. And I think a lot of people just tolerate each other or they don't want to be alone because these are some basic things that people need to be in a relationship, okay? I'm going to tell you some basic things. Okay, you have to be a person who's willing to admit when you're wrong. You have to be willing to say, I was wrong about that. You were right. A lot of people can't do that. So many people can't do that. People like that are, if someone can't say I was wrong, they're incapable of having a healthy relationship. Incapable, no matter who they're with. Okay, that's a very simple thing. Um, the other one is empathy. Okay, you have to have empathy for yourself and be able to have empathy for another person. That's a tall order because a lot of people don't know how they feel or they get defensive or they're selfish. Like, you've got to have empathy. Um, that's a big one. And I'm not even talking about basic life competency skills, and let alone liking that person, having things in common with that person. Okay, what was the other one? I had a whole list. Being able to say that you're wrong, being able to say sorry, like that, empathy. And also, people will have disagreements. They have to be able to have a disagreement in a way that is not like destructive, like hearing another person's point of view and coming to a resolution. Like fighters, some people are fighters, they love to fight. They can never have a good relationship. You have to be able to lean in and resolve things, and you have to be able to repair things in the relationship. You have to care enough about the relationship that you can nurture it and repair it. And you will often feel disappointed in your relationship. And when people feel disappointed, if they're just like, well, fuck you, and run off and powder or retaliate, those people can't have a good relationship. You have to be able to not take it personally and be able to repair. You've got to have some good inner solid healthy. You got to be really innerly healthy, and I think a lot of people are not. This is what I think. And then you also have to be with someone that has a similar lifestyle to you that you actually like being with. Someone who's not a nag, who's not lazy, who doesn't like bitch at you, who appreciates you. Like, that's hard. Because I talk to a lot of single people. I talk to a lot of single people. I talk to a lot of men. A lot of these guys are like, well, I don't know if I want a relationship because these women are so demanding or they're this and they're that. I'm like, yeah, I can see that. Um, and I was talking with a friend earlier, and we were talking about what are the qualities that we would want in someone in a relationship. And, like we decided someone who can respect our boundaries and who cares how we feel. So we were like, okay, how do we know that someone cares how we feel? Because, like, some friends that we don't see as much is a different situation as someone we're living with because you can see how they feel all the time. Someone who's living with you, like a roommate or a family member or significant other that lives with you, can see how they feel. So you're going to notice when they're upset or when they're happy, and you got to be able to tune into that and not like ignore it or not care about it. Also, some people are hard to get along with because they're needy attention seekers. They're loud and obnoxious, and they always have to be the center of attention. They're drama queens. Like, the more I figure this out, the more I'm like, most people should not be in a relationship if they want to be happy. And that's why I think a lot of us are like, we're kind of waking up to the reality of stuff. Like, I'm very happy. I'm making dinner right now. It's heating up. And then I'm just going to relax and have some wine, watch YouTube videos. And no one's going to bother me. No one's going to tell me that I should be doing something else. No one's going to look at me side-eyed that I'm just laying on the sofa and not being productive. I did work today, by the way. I did work, so I'm going to be relaxing. And my home is pretty. No one's messing up my home. I have my pretty flowers out. I have everything cleaned. And no one's messing up my home or have a TV on that I don't want to hear. Like, it's peaceful. It's peaceful in my world. But I was talking with someone earlier today who was saying all of his friends, he thinks that they're in relationships because they're afraid to be alone, and none of them are happy. They're like, well, now I'm trapped in this relationship. And it made me realize that how many people are actually really happy in theirs? I know a few that I believe are, but I think they're the exception. But I want to know what you think. Are you happy in your relationship? Are you happy that you're with that person? And I think a way to know is, do I look forward to coming home? And is my, and how much intimacy you want is very dependent on the person. Is your spouse someone you can turn to for comfort? Do they have your back? Do I feel loved by my spouse? Am I at peace? Of course, some people don't want to be at peace. They want a relationship filled with drama. What do I know? Don't even listen to this. It's just me thinking what I would want. This is just me saying very few people are healthy. And some people love the drama in their relationships, but a lot of people, I think, are trapped. I wonder how many people are trapped and how many people are really, I am so glad I'm with this person. And I'm not just talking about the first 6 months or 12 months. I'm talking about longer than that. That's all I have for now, and thank you for watching my video.